Is Marrok Darth Maul? Is the question.
Maybe. And today, welcome back to Desk Pop. We're going to be going over episode 3 of Ahsoka.
Time flies? Time to fly.
Flies.
It's time to fly.
Man, we've been messing that up a lot
Oh,
today.
that's a weird title, bro. Like Time to Fly?
Time to fly, yeah.
I don't know, bro. This title is the least Star Wars title.
Star Wars-esque.
Title that like I've ever heard in my life. They don't even they barely fly. I mean, they kind of fly. Okay, yes,
Which
Ahsoka does have some. Yeah, obviously this is all
for them.
spoilers because we're reviewing the shit out of this.
I give this episode a thumbs down.
Giving another mid. This
Another
whole show
mid.
has been mid.
No, I give this a thumbs down because it's a step back from episode 2.
You think so? I feel like it's I'm like leaning up because like I really enjoyed the
Because we
battles.
talked about this in our episode 2 review. We talked about how episode 2 seemed like it was starting to pick up pace. And then I feel like this episode just took a step back. Obviously, we see like a little bit of it at the end, but
See, we have opposing views because I really feel like this is where it picks up. Not in the last episode, but this episode. Because there's some things I really enjoyed about this episode. First off, the first part, the training. I really love the training part.
Did you?
Yeah, because it shows us an insight the way like Luke trained with Obi-Wan and Yoda, the same way that, a lot of these Padawans in the first trilogy.
that seems like it's just a trope at this point. Like,
Yeah,
just,
but it's a cool trope, and I love that I love the way that Ahsoka was like, "Where am I? You over there?" Like, no, I'm not. Gotcha. Like I thought it was really cool. I really did love when Hu Yang he had the little things and she was like cutting it, and then he showed like the accuracies and all that. I was like, this is like a video game. I would be really good at it.
I don't know. I feel like that trope's been overdone so many times that like at this point, showed me something new, a little different. Like, because at the end of the day, Ahsoka's not a Jedi. Like, I guess she uses the Jedi's way of training.
Yeah.
But just show me something a little different,
Yeah, because she's not a Jedi. But also Hu Yang is from the Jedi. Like he has Jedi programming, so
I know
that's
that.
all he knows. I think this really does show us that video games really helps with the real life aspect of things. The same way in Gran Turismo. If you guys want to watch that, there's gonna be a link somewhere over here.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. It's a great review of the movie. If you guys want to watch it.
We see more of Hu Yang just putting Sabine down.
Oh, dude, he's a menace to society in every
aspect.
Yeah, every aspect. He's putting her down. He pretty much says she sucks as a Jedi, 100%.
Yeah, she ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah. She wouldn't have cut it back in the day, and she won't cut it now. I'm like, damn.
Like,
Tell us how you real feel, like.
he is her biggest hater. 100%.
You know who else is a big hater is that one guy when Hera, she's asking for the fleet, like, hey, we need support. I think we found General Thrawn, and we get a great guest appearance by Mon Mothma.
Yeah, in hollow form, but
Yeah, but she comes back, and she was great in Andor.
Yeah.
And now she's, I think, the first chancellor.
So we see that shot of the senators where they're trying to gather, I guess gather support to go find General Thrawn.
So you know who else is the biggest hater in this episode is Senator Ziono. I believe it's how you pronounce it. He definitely is not on Hera's side.
No.
And Hera has some words for him.
She what did she say?
Senator Ziono is pretty much like, oh, you want to go find Thrawn? Isn't Thrawn supposed to be with Ezra? And then she's like, what? And he's pretty much like trying to tell them that the only reason why they want to go after Thrawn is because they want to use the resources to find Ezra because he's a war hero and all that. Like he's pretty much being a hater. He's like telling them like, oh, I don't believe Thrawn is alive. He's obviously dead. He disappeared along with Ezra a long time ago. Hera pretty much tells him, hey, have you ever been in war? Were you in the war when were you part of it? No, you weren't. You were waiting for somebody to win. I'm like, yeah, bro, me too, bro. Like, why fight when you can just wait until somebody comes out on top? I'm not saying I'm a bad person, but like, who knows? Who knows what I would do during this time? Who knows? All right, so do I enjoy? Yes, I love the dogfight. I really did love the dogfight. I thought it was really cool because it was different in the sense that we see Ahsoka come out in the spaceship and fight. Have we ever seen anybody fight in space, like Star Wars wise, like with lightsabers and all that?
No, I think it's the first time.
I'm just trying to remember.
I don't like that whole sequence because I feel like it could have been one of the best scenes ever in any Star Wars, and I will stand my ground on that. If the editing looked good, there was just parts where it looked bad.
Because I do think these shows have had that issue where they could have been more, but I feel like Disney is holding back or they're relying too much on CGI.
I think Disney is holding back for a bit.
So like Blue Beetle had a less budget of Star Wars Ahsoka like in its entirety, right? And Blue Beetle looked great.
Good,
And
yeah.
You know why? Because they used practical effects, like the suit that
the suit was actual real suit.
Yeah. I feel like I maybe I'm wrong, and maybe a lot of these stuff were prosthetics on top of CGI, but I did love it. I don't know what you're saying. I loved her fighting in space.
No, the fight was cool. It's just like there was moments where you look at the editing and the CGI and you're like, that looks off.
Yeah.
And I get that it's a show. It's not going to have the same budget as a movie. And I get with all the, the strikes going on and the lack of
resources,
and
which is great. I do love that the CGI artists, the VFX artists are going on strike too.
Yes, because they've talked about it with the Marvel stuff where it's like, hey, we're just overworked.
7 days straight, like no
14
14-hour days.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, damn, you work like that.
Which that would be my biggest knock on this episode.
Was the VFX?
The VFX.
The editing.
In that scene in particular, but
so I don't know if you know this, but George Lucas got a lot of inspiration from the World War II pilots, like the Japanese, the dogfights that were had during World War II, and they really, like you said, it really did give off that vibe. Like it was a dogfight. They were pretty much trying to outgun each other. Ahsoka coming out of her spaceship to slash the guy in half. Sabine pretty much not knowing what she was doing, and she was scared pretty much, right?
Sabine was like, I don't know what's going on.
She's like, help. She was out of her element. Hopefully either by the end of the season she like comes and knows herself a little bit better, or not, and she dies.
One of those.
But to talk about the whole reason why we made the episode title, Marrok. He's finally got some lines in this. We saw him in episode 2. Now he spoke a little bit. I forgot what he said exactly, but he was talking to Hadi. I've seen a lot of theories of who he can possibly be. I've seen Starkiller. I'm throwing out Darth Maul just because Darth Maul always somehow creeps back up. Even though we think he died, he somehow comes back. Ezra, I've seen he could possibly be Ezra, which would be the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Or he could just be his own character.
I don't know. Maybe he can be Darth Maul. Maybe he is his own character, and we're just reaching.
You're reaching, huh? Don't put we. What's this we? I know. No, all I'm saying is Darth Maul died during Rebels. He might come back. I don't think it's Darth Maul though.
No, do you think he's his own character? I mean, you threw out Ezra out there, like.
Well, I threw out Ezra because the people are throwing out Ezra. That's what the internet is saying. That's what not our community, but other community, like the Star Wars community. They're also throwing Hail Marys. But like the whole Ezra thing, I'm like, guys, come on, who's Ezra? Like, why would he suddenly turn evil?
Yeah.
Double agent.
Maybe Thrawn convinced him wherever they were at.
Yeah, he was like, come join the dark side.
Like, hey, you know what, man? We got great healthcare out there. Yeah.
They do. The Empire, you know what? For all its mishaps, had great healthcare.
Maybe they're not so bad.
No, maybe not. Well, what do you think? Who do you think he is? Just his own character?
I think they're gonna play it safe. They're just gonna make him his own character.
Inquisitor, like ex-Inquisitor.
Yeah, ex-Inquisitor.
Out here because he has a life. He's for. I mean, it would be something for it to be a big reveal, but there's only so many
big reveals that they can do.
Yeah, that aren't just for shock value. Like I think Ezra would be for shock value. I think Darth Maul wouldn't really be for shock value, but like he's died so many times. So at this point, you're like
again. Like really?
I don't know. There's so many options, man. Whoever you guys think Marrok is, put it in the comments below because I really do think he's just his own character. I think it would be better off for him to be his own character. I mean, maybe it's Daniel, and that's why he's not here right now. Oh, he is.
Daniel just Kool-Aid man through the door.
Boom! Lightsaber in hand.
The episode actually ends with them on the planet.
Yeah, the first they see the big ass ring and they talk about it and they're like, damn, that's a big ass ring.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna take you places. Where? I don't know, but it's gonna take you places. And then, they're fighting on the planet, they got away, they land, and that's how it ends, or do they talk about something?
I don't know where this
where this is going. Yeah,
we're 3 episodes in. That's what is it? 6 episodes?
I think this was the shortest episode. No.
Yeah, it was only like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like with One Piece, they have hour-long. Like this, honestly, episode could have easily been another 30 minutes or like another 20 minutes, and end it where you're going into hyperdrive.
That's what I hate about these Disney Plus shows is that each episode is not the same length. It's just wildly inconsistent.
I wouldn't say they're the same length, but I've noticed a trend where they get shorter and shorter, and I feel like it should be the opposite. Like you should
get longer and longer.
Yeah, because more things are happening, and you need to like.
We saw that with the Mandalorian
and She-Hulk.
With
the last episode, and you're like, oh, there's not enough time. Or
and
like
Obi-Wan.
Secret Invasion.
Yeah, and Secret Invasion.
There's not enough time. There's not enough time. Like there's not enough time. Like with One Piece, the last episode had 3. Like I just bring up the One Piece because that's literally like the last thing that I saw. But the last episode had 3 finales pretty much.
If you're not gonna make each episode, like I'm not saying make each episode an hour long.
I am.
But be consistent with it. If you're gonna make an episode 50 minutes long, make them all 50 minutes.
They
long.
should all be realistically, Like and Kevin would probably say, "Oh, we make them as long as they have to be." I'm like, no,
that's a lazy answer.
Yeah, I think you pay your writers. I hate to give Netflix its props because Netflix has come out with like some shitty ass shows, like anime wise as well, like Cowboy Bebop and Death Note and all that, but. I do want to give them props on One Piece because they hit it out of the park with One Piece, and
I guess we'll see where the season goes, and if we even see Ezra at this point.
I was thinking about that. We have 3 episodes left. There should be some closeness of Ezra.
Daniel guessed in our episode 1 review. Daniel said we get Ezra or Thrawn episode 4.
Bro, there's
we are far from it.
Like I said, season 2 because honestly, this is how it feels. And if we do see them either episode 4 or like episode 6, I would feel like it's been rushed. Unless for some reason these next episodes are because it says 33 minutes on like 36 minutes on the thing, but realistically, like the runtime of how much we like new stuff that
like
we see.
29 minutes. Yeah,
like
credits are good like 4 or 5 minutes.
I'm just saying, bro, it's rough.
I hate this episode.
I do. Yeah, no, I do love. I love it because of like what it showed us, but pacing wise, it just was not it.
Nope.
Thank you for watching this review with my co-host Angel. If you guys love this kind of content, subscribe. Helps us out.